Today I will be doing a kill count on the most recent and final installment to the Plastic Apocalypse series, the Sabre-Tooth. The Plastic Apocalypse series was created by Michael Ackerman back in 2011 when he posted the original video titled Army Men Plastic Apocalypse. The video was later re-uploaded to the Plastic Apocalypse series YouTube channel under the name Plastic Apocalypse 1, the original, Hedge Base. This was one of the first stop motion videos I watched back in 2012 that really inspired me to make stop motions of my own, which led to the creation of my channel 2 years later in 2014. There are 4 installments in the Plastic Apocalypse series: Hedge Base, 2 parts of the Prisoner Operation, which are sequels, and the video I'll be looking at today, the Sabre-Tooth, which is a prequel to the original. A 5th video was planned, which would have been a sequel to the Prisoner Operation, but was unfortunately cancelled as Michael has started to film live-action movies instead of stop-motion Army Men films. There are 2 versions of the Sabre-Tooth, and I'll be looking at the better quality version. Please note that the Plastic Apocalypse series is geared towards a more mature audience, with more swearing and violence compared to the videos I post. The original film will be linked in the description if you want to watch it unfiltered, but for the sake of keeping things respectable and PG, I won't include all the language used. Don't worry, there won't be a single kill left out, as the Plastic Apocalypse series has many amazing scenes of the plastic soldiers melting down, blowing up, and being ripped to shreds. A quick disclaimer before I start: there are so many kills in a video, I'm bound to miss a couple. I don't claim to have the perfect numbers, but I'll try my hardest, as there are shots like these. If you notice something that I've overlooked, please feel free to correct me in the comments below. We all enjoy and appreciate the immersive worlds of the Army Men universes created here on YouTube by Michael Ackerman and many others, with the various factions of colors, greens, tans, grays, and blues battling it out. If you love these stories, you'll also love today's sponsor, Raid Shadow Legends. Raid Shadow Legends is a completely free-to-play RPG, available on iOS, Android, and PC. There are hundreds of champions from 15 different factions. I love the battle strategy involved with the game, as I can supply and order my champions in battle as a general would. What's great about this game is the frequency of support and updates, with new champions and new updates every single month. Speaking of new updates, let me tell you about my favorite new faction, the Sylvan Watchers. They are a forest people who've made their home in the Mistwood, a huge jungle east of Teleria. The Shadowkin and Dwarf factions have teamed up with them, and the Neresan Union. There's loads of new characters to play in this faction. My personal favorite is Shearsha the Charred, but there are many others to choose from. Raid has prepared something special for all new players this Christmas, the 12 Days of Raid. Download Raid Shadow Legends from the links below, copy your player ID from in-game, and then enter your player ID at 12daysofraid.plarium.com, and then set out on a fun festive adventure that lasts 12 days, running from December 19th to January 10th. Each day, experience a new chapter of this wintry story, and play a new minigame for a chance to win some amazing in-game and real-life prizes, including holiday-themed raid champions and even Amazon gift cards, worth up to $1,000. Existing raid players can also head to 12daysofraid.plarium.com, where you can find a special holiday promo code that everyone can use for a small festive gift. Raid has also partnered with MMA and pro wrestling legend Ronda Rousey, and released a free-to-earn legendary champion based off her. Anyone can participate, whether you're a new or long-time player, just by logging into Raid for 7 days between now and February 20th. To celebrate Ronda's arrival in Raid, you can also use a special promo code RAIDRONDA to get a 3-day 100% XP boost, 500k silver, and 5 full energy refills. Just enter the promo code RAIDRONDA in-game and all these goodies can be yours. If you're a new player to Raid Shadow Legends, you can click my link in the description or scan my QR code here on the screen, and you'll get unique bonuses worth $35. We're talking a free epic champion, Jotun, 100k silver, 50 gems, and 2 epic skill tomes. All this treasure will be waiting for you here, available for 30 days for new players only. And once you're in game, come find me under the name Army Stop Mo, and if you're fast enough, you can join my clan. Thank you Raid Shadow Legends for sponsoring this video. Now let's get back to the kill count. The video begins with a tan plastic newsreel, updating the viewers from a tan citizen's POV of the Tan's invasion's progress. We are told about Azazel Island, aka the Sabre-Tooth, which is one of the last remaining green defenses resisting the Tan invasion. The Tans have landed on the main island and are surrounding the defensive position. Colonel Kilroy and the 10th Armored Division have been tasked with taking the point, but they have failed 3 times to capture the point. We are shown a shot of the battlefield, which I will count a little later, and 2 dead Tans on the ground. We then cut to a captured green soldier who is being recorded by a film crew. They argue with one another, and we find out that some of the Greens actually want to surrender, but their commanding officer, Major Hyde, won't let them. Through various shots, there are 6 Greens and 2 Tans shown dead on the ground.
Look sad.
Come on, don't look at the camera, look down.
The war is over for you.
The Green prisoner insults one of the Tan soldiers, who is named Private Noaz, and out of retaliation, the private commits a war crime and blows his brains out.
Wait a minute. Well, we're going to have to cut that part out. Come on.
Out of the bushes emerges Sergeant Tuscan, and behind him, a platoon of about 25 soldiers. He's looking for Captain Windsor, who is attending the massacre. The film cuts to the jungle massacre scene, where many mutilated Tans are seen on stakes, hanging in trees, and on the ground. Overall, I counted 32 dead Tans during these scenes.
Praise, our Lord is with thee. Blessed art thou among women, and blessed is the fruit of thy
Oi. Don't shoot any of that.
Yeah, no kidding.
Never underestimate psychological warfare.
Sergeant Tuscan meets up with Captain Windsor, but the captain is a little disappointed to see such a small amount of reinforcements. We learn that Tuscan was a part of an armored infantry company, and 2/3 of their company were killed during the landings due to mines. I counted 25 soldiers earlier following Tuscan, so I will estimate that there are around 30 soldiers in every platoon, with 1st and 2nd gone. The company captain, Higgins, and the headquarters also were killed. I'm not sure how many soldiers were in the headquarters section of the company, but I will guess 20 additional soldiers. I will also add 6 more Tans for the crew of the transport ships, presumably Higgins-style landing ships, which had 3 to 4 crew members. These numbers give us around 87 more Tans killed off-screen during the transport and landings. The numbers could be different depending on how you would want to count the company platoon sizes. Captain Windsor can't believe he can make this small number of soldiers work, but General Dune approaches from the jungle and tells him to carry on the assault. We see 1 more dead Tan on the ground as soldiers are caught off guard at his arrival. The general offers words of encouragement to his men and informs the captain more soldiers from other surviving divisions will be added under his command. A radio operator informs the captain that Major Kilroy is ready at the front lines, and we see 3 more dead Tans on the ground. Captain Windsor expresses his concerns that he should be in charge of the assault, as previous tactics of bomb rushing the hill have been costly. The general simply declines his request.
There's no time to reorganize the operation, Captain. That'll be all.
When the soldiers head out, we see a Tan soldier collapse behind Tuscan. I'll say he died from a heart attack due to the stress of seeing the massacre and fear of the next assault. The soldiers move out to the front lines. We see many shots of the front lines and of the battlefield that will require me to cross-examine multiple shots to count all the bodies from the previous battles. I counted 55 Tans and 36 Greens from the front line. A panning shot shows 1 dead Tan on the ground before Windsor and Tuscan arrive. Another scene shows a dead Green on the ground as a tank fires during the pre-charge shelling. Major Kilroy orders another suicidal death march on the Green defensive position. Captain Windsor tells Sergeant Tuscan he has almost touched the line of the previous assault, but the battlefield is like a no man's land. We also see more shots of the battlefield, which I counted 183 Tans and 67 Greens. Kilroy orders the shelling to stop, and we finally get to see the Green position up close. In the first shot of the line, we see a dead Tan soldier in the bottom left of the screen. The Greens are pretty shaken up about the shelling and constant fighting. We see Sergeant Shamrock run past the defenses, encouraging his men to stay strong. As Shamrock moves from position to position, I counted 48 Greens on the ground.
Can we get metal? Hey there, buddy, stay with me. Stay with me.
How many rounds you have left?
13?
Make them count.
Sarge, I don't think that makes much of a difference.
Everyone all right?
Yeah.
A radio operator has Major Hyde on the other end, and there's 1 more dead Green in the back. The Major yells at Shamrock to be ready as the Tans are about to attack again. We cut back to the tree line and learn that Sergeant Tuscan has never seen any combat before. Major Kilroy gives the signal and the Tans begin the push. Back to Shamrock on the radio with Hyde, we hear the desperation of the Green's situation. They barely have enough supplies for the defense, but they are ordered to stand their ground regardless.
Let's go! Here they come!
The Greens begin firing on the Tans, rushing through no man's land, and the carnage begins. I won't be narrating this part because there's a lot of bodies and deaths on the screen to count.
Take him back!
Okay, over here!
Sarge! You do not stop until we reach cover!
Yes, sir!
Get up! Keep moving forward! Forward! Get this thing out of the dirt!
Don't bunch up!
Jesus.
Are you alright? Are you hit?
No, I'm fine.
You! Let's get that gun into action! Provide cover fire!
You got it, sir!
Ready? Yeah! Let's go! Stay low! Keep crawling!
We've gotta move!
Soldier! Get your head down! Everyone!
Are you all right?
God! Get your pansy head!
Keep moving!
Yeah! Stay with me! Stay low! Come on!
Captain Windsor and Sergeant Tuscan finally make it to the line. Shamrock radios Major Hyde that they push the Greens back, but is told to make a counteroffensive. We see one more Green on the ground and more shots of the battlefield, with 100 Tan and 32 Green bodies. New reports come in that the Tans on the mainland are grouping up to flank the Sabre-Tooth, but Major Hyde does not want to surrender at any cost.
You're a soldier! You're a Green! Your job is to fight the enemy, not run away from him!
We are shown Corporal Gordon firing on the retreating Tans with 3 more Green bodies in the back. As some Tans are shown retreating, there are 24 Tan and 15 Green bodies on the ground, and Corporal Gordon guns down 4 more Tans. The Greens believe that it's finally over, but they are informed about the counterattack. After Shamrock's men move out to get ready, we see 3 more Greens on the ground. Back to the tree line, there are 10 Tan and 5 Green bodies as 3 more Tans are shot. General Dune is on the front lines with 1 Green body left and 4 Tans are shot retreating. We cut back to the Greens assessing their gear and see 7 more Greens on the ground. The Tans move closer to the Greens and we see 1 more Green body next to a tank position. The Tans throw some grenades at the Greens getting their supplies. We see 3 Greens on the ground in the back left and 7 Greens are killed by the grenade. As the Tans run up, we see 2 of them dead on the ground as 4 Greens are shot. A machine gunner is killed and 2 more Greens are gunned down. The Greens retreat to a trench, and in total I counted 9 Greens on the ground and 11 shot. One more Tan is shot from the back. 2 Greens try to kill Windsor, but he takes them out, and I saw 3 more Greens on the ground. A Green tries to kill Tuscan, but is shot off by Windsor. 2 Greens try to leave the gun emplacement, killing 1 Tan as they are shot.
That's enough! That's enough! Don't shoot! Don't shoot, please! Please don't shoot. We're done. We give up!
The rest come out, and from a side angle, 8 more Greens are on the ground with 4 being shot. Noaz commits another war crime and shoots a Green prisoner. Cutting back to Windsor, 1 more Green is on the ground. 4 Tans are shot, but a mortar takes out 5 Greens.
Yes, sir! Let's go, cutes! Captain, now what?
Windsor tells Tuscan to continue the assault on the line as he heads for the hill. We see 9 more Green bodies and 1 Tan is hit as they leave. 2 more Greens are shown dead, and there's a pile of bodies in the back that are most likely the Greens I counted earlier right after the shelling. Shamrock radios Major Hyde about the Tan breach, and he does not take it well. 3 more Tans are shot before Tuscan pushes further.
Alright, let's go! Let's move!
3 Greens and 4 Tans are shot as Tuscan pushes forward. Before Shamrock throws a stone at the guns, there are 2 more Green bodies. Then we see 7 more bodies on the ground. The gun kills 9 more Tan soldiers. We see 10 more Tan and 2 more Green bodies as General Dune uses his binoculars. He tells his men to make one last push, and we see 2 more Tans on the ground before cutting back to the line.
Let's go!
2 more Tans and 1 more Green is shot. The gun emplacement is hit, killing 3 Greens. The last gun had 6 soldiers, and later we see 3 leave the gun, making me conclude that 3 Greens were killed in the explosion. We get another shot of the battlefield as General Dune approaches, which adds 120 more Tans and 27 more Greens. A Green soldier is blown up from a tank round. Another 6 Greens are blown up as General Dune's tanks advance. We cut back to Major Hyde, who is informed about the breach, which makes him furious. Windsor hears the Majors yelling through the air vents. As the tanks push forward, 2 Greens are shot as Shamrock and some soldiers are pinned down. I also saw about 13 Green bodies on the ground. Back in the bunker, the Tans cause some dirt to fall from the ceiling. A Green goes over to check and is burned alive through the ventilation pipe.
Light him up again.
They're coming in!
Sir.
Major Hyde shoots one of his own men, and 2 more are killed by a grenade. Major Hyde is eventually shot by the Tans because he refuses to surrender.
Sabre-Tooth is lost, Major.
Badu! Never! You die!
General Dune makes it to the lines, and Shamrock surrenders to the Tans. Tuscan and Shamrock start talking to one another, and we see 9 more Greens further down, on the ground dead. Shamrock and Tuscan talk about each other's homelands, and Shamrock is relieved for the fighting to be over. But before he's able to head out as a POW, Corporal Gordon opens fire, causing 5 more Greens to be killed.
Sarge! Hold still! Medic! Someone get a medic over here! Oh, it's not too bad, Sarge. You'll be alright.
The video ends with another footage segment, but this time for a war propaganda, to recruit more Tan citizens for the war effort.
It's you who is going to help them. It's you who will be fighting alongside Tan's finest, like Captain Windsor and Sergeant Tusken. The Tans will continue to fight and continue to win forever.
In total, I counted 1,461 deaths, which included on and off-screen kills. 993 attacking Tans and 468 defending Greens were killed during the battles. With a runtime of 33 minutes and 16 seconds, there is one kill every 1.4 seconds. My favorite kills were the soldiers being shot by the gun emplacements and the soldier being melted by the flamethrower. I love how each frame the soldier is getting more and more mutilated. My least favorite kill was Shamrock's death, as it was sad to see a good soldier die to the fault of another. I also hated the blurry shots of the bodies on the battlefield, as they were hard to count and probably made my numbers off. Thanks for watching, and let me know what other film you would like to see a kill count on in the comments below.